Hi, this is Lorraine Watry, and this is a quick video to give you some information on using the American Frame website to make it a little more user-friendly for my students or anyone that I send this video out to. And the website is americanframe.com. It's spelled just how it sounds. And I have ordered frames from here for many years and been very happy with their customer service and also with the variety of frames and the quality of the frames as well. And so I thought I would just quickly go over how I go about ordering frames on here. And I usually will order a wood frame. The quickest way is just to go to Browse Frames and then wood frames, or you can select different categories under there. So I'll just click on wood frames. And under that page there are different selections, so you can shop by a collection, by a style, a color, best-selling frames, and then they have other selections down here as well. And just a quick way is I'll go to the woods by color, and then under here they have dark wood, medium, light, black, cherry, maple, white, gold, silver, and gray wood. And I'll just go to the first one, the dark wood. And then under that, it opens up a page that shows the different profiles of different frames that you can purchase. And one thing that I would note is that if you're going to go look for a frame, you want to make sure that the rabbet, and that's what this R stands for under each of these frames, is the location where your picture, your matting, your foam core, the plexiglass, all of that will sit behind the front edge of the frame. So you want this rabbet area to be at least a ½ inch or larger in order to give you enough room to fit all of that in there at the back of the frame. If this little piece right here is less than ½ inch, then it can be hard to fit in the foam core, and if you're doing a double mat, plus your plexi or glass. So I would suggest that when you're looking at the frames, I wouldn't even go for a frame that has less than ½ inch. 5/8 is even better. And so if I'm going to pick a frame, let's see, I will go for the coffee wood picture frame here, and it is 1¼ inches tall. So that's what that first measurement is there. And then 3/4 inch wide, and the rabbet, the part where all of the everything will fit in the back of the frame, is 15/16. Okay. So I've clicked on that, and that brings me to the page that shows that particular frame. And then up in the left corner, you can see over here that it shows the profile of the frame. So if it's not quite apparent from the photo itself, you can get a better idea over here how that frame looks. So this one is a very flat front edge and then the flat side. It doesn't have any lean to it at all, and then it also shows you how tall the rabbet is. Has the measurements again. If you are going to measure order a frame and you want to talk to the American Frame customer service themselves, this is the number that you would need right here. And you can also use that if you're looking up a frame online on their site. You can put that number in and it will bring up that frame. Then on the left here, it has a price chart, and it shows the measurements in full inches, so 7 inches or 25, 15. It doesn't show half or quarter. And that can be adjusted when you actually go to purchase this frame. So this is just giving you an idea of how much a 14-inch, say, side might cost. And so you have to select your size. So if it was 14 by 18, let's say 14 is $13.77 and 18 is $17. And so that 14 inches is for both pieces of wood that would be 14, and then both pieces of the 18-inch wood, and then you add those together. So that just kind of gives you a quick idea how much that frame goes for. And then down below the particular frame you're looking at, they give you other options of kind of the same style of frame and some other colors of wood, maybe not the exact same frame, same profile, but those are other options that you could look at. So I'm going to move back up here. The other thing you can do is it has a 360 button over here. So if you want to see the frame from a different angle, it gives you that option to just kind of look at the frame, and you can drag it and turn it and see what the frame looks like kind of in a 360 3D view. Okay, so at the top up here it says buy a corner sample. So if you were going to buy a corner sample, this is what it would look like. It would be an L-shaped corner sample, and they're about anywhere from 8 to maybe 10 inches in length. So it gives you a good example of what it might look like. And it used to be that those were free, but now they've changed it. I'm sure it costs them some to create those corner samples. So when you go to buy those, just make sure you look in your cart to see how much each of those corner samples are. And I like having those corner samples because when I am looking at a frame to buy, if I'm not sure how it will look with my painting, then having a corner sample to give me an idea that I can look at right in my studio is very helpful. So the other option is here, and that is if you wanted to get a 2-inch piece of that. So it wouldn't actually be, I'm not quite sure why they put the corner in there. It should just be a little 2-inch piece of that particular frame, and that would be free. So that's what it brought up. It shows you your shopping cart at this point with a sample, and it says $0. So you could also just get a little 2-inch sample. So I'm going to delete that out and go back. And then the last button here at the top says customize this frame. And this is where you go to actually purchase a frame or put in your particular size that you need, possibly purchase plexiglass or mat board or any of that. So it brings up that particular frame, and right now it's showing you with a mat in there and gives you an idea of what the frame looks like. At the top up here is a place that you can go and read how to use their first time framing package. So it gives you an introduction, and I'll do a quick click on that. So it will let you understand kind of how their packages are laid out and how to use the website a little better. But I don't typically use any of that because I am just ordering the frames, not any mat board or glazing would be plexi or glass, or mounting board, the foam core. I'm not ordering any of those. I'm just ordering the frame. So when I go to their website, I have already figured out the mat board size that I am going to put around my picture, and so then I know on my outside edges of that mat board how big I need my frame to be. So for my students, if you're taking a framing class with me, I will help you either over the phone or through email to decide how big you want your mat board to be before you come to the framing class so that you could order a frame off of here. And I will talk more about that in the class and give you an example of how I figure out the size to use for my mat board. And it's probably easier to do in person than to try to explain it here. So once I have the size of frame I need, then instead of entering, it says enter art size up here, and there's a little toggle button, and then it says or enter frame size. So all I do is I click that toggle button, and now it's going to let me just put in the frame size. So I want to just order the frame size. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to tell them I want to order a 14, and it flips out of the window and thinks for a few seconds when you hit any of their toggle buttons. And so now I've on here 14 by 18, and it actually doesn't matter if you put the 18 up here and the 14 down here. It's not going to change anything. It's still the same size frame. It's just the rotation of how you frame your image. And one of the things then you'll notice is you could just add a package to cart. But what they have done on their website is they have set up an automatic fill where if you order a frame that is 14 by 18, then they include in there the mat board, the plexiglass or acrylic, and the mounting board or foam core. And so since I don't use any of those things, I just go down here and hit remove. This is probably just as easy to do in the shopping cart. I've never really done it that way. So you could say add package to cart. And I'll do that right quick because I have never tried that. So let me see if no, it doesn't separate it. So I will go back and say edit. So right now it's showing the frame and the foam core together as one price. And because I don't want the foam core, I would go back and say remove. And now I can say add to cart and it will just put my frame in there. So the frame itself for 14 by 18 of this particular wood is $30.90. And so I could add that to my package. The other thing that you can do is add that to my cart. And then the other thing that you can do is if you're still not sure, if you're looking at a frame and you're not sure either color or style, how it might look with your artwork, is they give you this upload image preview button. So if you click that, then you can browse an image, and I'll just go quickly grab, maybe I'll do this one. So get that, and you don't want to upload too big of an image, so they say they accept a JPEG or a TIFF file that is under 100 megabytes in RGB format. So that would be red, green, blue format. And so I know that my image is less than 100 megabytes. So it says it's ready. I say continue. And then it shows my image with the frame around it. So it doesn't show any mat board. If I had had it over here with enter art size, it would put a mat, I believe. Oh no, I took the mat off. Let me go get a mat. Let's see. Add mat. So we'll just give it a 1-inch border. Okay, come on. Oh, maybe I need to do select color. Well, may not be able to do this right now. Maybe because I already had it set up. All right, so I'll go back. So if you wanted to see how your artwork looks with this frame prior to removing the mat out of the package that they had set up, you could just leave that for a few minutes and then go and upload an image just to see how it looks with the mat and the frame together. So that is a really useful thing, and it does not save your images to their website or anything, so your image is not going to be out somewhere that I know of. So right now what it's showing is that the frame, the inside edge of your frame is where they are measuring from. So this edge that's on the inside edge, that is the 14 by 18 side. The outside edge of your frame would be whatever that frame measures width-wise too. So this one I think was, what did I say? I think it's like 5/8 or 7/8 or something like that wide. And the frames can vary. So it could be a 2-inch wide frame that goes way over here, but that still would be a 14 by 18-inch frame, even if it has a wider front edge to that frame. Okay, so I think that's basically it. And the biggest thing to know is that I will answer your questions through email or over the phone if you have a question and you're a little confused. You can also call their 1-800 number that's at the top up here. And they have Monday through Friday, and it's at Eastern Standard Time, so it's 8:30 to 5:30. And they can help you either understand their website a little better and get an idea of how to order. The other thing I did just think of is that you can order these frames already put together at a certain size. when they get bigger, there is a fee that they charge that is the oversized fee to ship it. You could have those frames shipped not put together, and then you don't get charged that fee. However, I over time realized that if it comes from them already put together, the corners of the frames match up better and hold together better than if I put them together myself. So I decided it was worth it to go ahead and spend the oversized fee to have it shipped already put together. And anything, I can't remember an exact size, but there is a certain size that it will tell you when you go to order it that this frame has an oversized charge added to it because of the size it would and how much it would cost to ship it. But generally, probably, I think anything under like a 22 by, let's see, what would it be? Maybe 20 by 27 or 22 by 27, something like that, is not going to have that charge. All right, and I hope this helped. And if you have questions, just let me know, and we'll see you soon in a framing class. Thanks. Bye.